And we're back. So we're continuing our little escapade through this dungeon using World of Dungeons. We've got Deberman and Graham about to challenge off our first boss, who's right here in room 8. We just got through room 7 here, so we're just about in this center corridor entryway. And the boss is obviously going to attack us, so there's no need to roll a question here. But I'm gonna think he will attack. Let's roll which of our characters he will attack first. Now, a couple of methods we can try here. We can just simply roll a d4. 1 through 2 is Deberman, 3, 4 is Graham. Or what I want to try, because there is a disadvantage here for the boss, he is 1 against 2. Any damage he does to the team is dispersed amongst both of our members. So let's just try that. But I will choose the best PC for attempting to dodge. However, one of our characters has a perk, reflexes, so Deberman is actually going to go first. He cannot be surprised. So Deberman is going to attempt an attack here using his short bow because we are at a distance of 3 total tiles, about 4 tiles actually. So we're rolling for dexterity on this roll here. Oh, 6 plus 1, that is a 7. Now, what this does, it will be a hit, but it's only half damage because we're at a distance. So let's give him some specs here. I'm thinking for this game overall, for this adventure, D4s, I'm sorry, D6s will be minions, D8s will be bosses, and or perhaps D8s or D10s will be the final boss. So D8s probably is going to be for the mid-range difficulty, and D10 will be the health, the hit points for, I guess, the hit dice for the final boss, if there is one. So this guy will have, let's give him, what's a fair amount? Because we had 4 before. That's why I like to write these down here on near the rooms they're fighting. So let's give him 8. And his damage die will be also 8. So he's going to be pretty tough. So his HP will be 8, and then his damage die will be a D8, which is not good. So I want to try to keep him away. So half damage for the next roll of our short bow D6. That's 2, so that's going to be 1. 7. And now it's going to be Graham's turn. He has a short sword, so he requires close combat. Athletics, though, I'm going to give him a advantage roll with 2 plus 2 strength. So he's going to rush in, and he's a fighter, so that gives him an advantage for the first strike. He's going to rush in. We'll take the 2 of the highest plus 2, and look at that. Oh gosh. All right, so what this does, it is going to be definitely a double damage of our damage roll. So the boss has no armor, which I probably could add. I want to make this challenging, but not impossible. So let's give boss his armor. So let's say his armor is going to be half of his hit dice, which was an 8. So he'll be 4. So we are going to roll our short sword d8 and double it minus the armor. I mean, critical could be direct damage, but double is the only perk I'm going to give here. So 6, which is 2 damage. So he's down to 5. Okay, now he's going to attempt an attack at Graham, because Graham is right here where the 8 is. So going to attack and try to dodge. Graham will, well, it's his turn, so I'm going to slightly adjust the rules here for combat in World of Dungeons, which there is no actual rules in combat. You just kind of roll the 2d6s. But what I will do is roll the flat 2d6 for the boss. So does this hit? That is a fail. 6 does not hit. Okay, so now we're back to Deberman. He's right here. And we're going to roll our dexterity for the short bow once again. +1 dexterity. Not wow, really great rolls so far. I don't want to jinx myself. That's going to be 10 +1 for dexterity 11, so still just a hit. It's a hit, but armor is considered, which will be a d6. That's going to be 2 damage. So he's down to 3. So, okay. Now, Graham is still nearby. He's going to use a sword. Okay, we're going to use our short sword to attack +2 strength. That's a 4, 5, 6. That's a fail, which means this guy is going to strike back because we failed. So let's use a d6, or sorry, d8, and this will be direct damage at Graham. Well, with armor considered. He has armor 3. 6, ooh, case of 3, that's 3 damage. Okay, so 6, 5, 4, he's down to 4 now. And it is going to be back to Deberman. He's going to use the short bow once again with +1 dexterity. Oh, shoot, 5, 6, that's a fail, but nothing really counters back because he's at a distance. Um, the boss is going to, this guy, our enemy is going to attack once again Graham. So we're going to try to dodge it. We don't have dexterity, any bonus for dexterity for Graham. But he does have survival, so I will give him a or athletics, I'll give him a bonus, a best of the two, and it didn't matter. See, I jinxed myself by saying we're rolling good so far. That's a 5, that's a fail, so this will be direct damage. I'm sorry, not direct damage, I keep saying that. This is a D8. This will be armor considered. 2. Oh, negated. We have 3 armor. Okay, so back to Deberman. Deberman's going to rush in with a sword. He's getting impatient. He's going to run in right here and attack with melee using short sword, which is a D8 +1. I almost forgot about our skills that Graham has. He has +1 damage with skirmish. So let me add that to, just so it's not confusing, I'm going to add that to my to the short sword. So I messed up that, but we're going to move on. Okay, now Deverman is using his short sword +1. So rolling for hits, that'll be +1 on strength. That's obviously a hit, 11. So this will be a standard hit with armor considered. And this will be a D8 +1. 5, that's a 6 minus 4. That is 2 damage, so he's down to 1. I believe I might have miscalculated his armor from prior attacks. Again, I'm going to keep going. All right, next is Graham. We'll be doing a standard short sword attack, +2 strength. That's going to be a hit. That's 9, 10, 11 for the bonus. That's a standard hit. And that'll be his D8 short sword, +1, 2. Unfortunately, that does not do any damage. So next is Deverman is going to jump to the side here to attack from this side here to his left. Rolling for attack, +1 on the short sword. Strength, we have 5, 6, which is a miss. And that will actually take a counterattack by our enemy. So he has a D8. He's going to roll. 2, we have armor of 3, so we're good. Okay, next is Graham's turn. So we're going to roll short sword plus 2. Interference, but luckily it didn't matter. 7 plus 2, that's 8, 9, that's half. So this is going to be back and forth. So we roll damage and they roll damage. So D8 for us at the bandit boss. 6, ooh, okay, that's going to be 2 damage, which he does die. However, we have to roll for his damage too, per my house rules. And he is going to be a D8. 2, luckily our armor blocks it, negates it, and he is defeated. So this bandit is this this boss or captain, I guess. Bandit captain is defeated. So oh, I forgot to draw a door here. There we go. Okay, we're gonna loot him, and what do we find? Let's see. Large loot. Okay, what kind of loot do we find? We find a helmet. I'll give that to I'll give that to Graham. That's a +1 on the helmet. So now he's at 4. So he has a shield. He has full armor. All right, then the other couple of pieces of loot. Another helmet, which we'll give to Deberman. He has +1, so that's up to 4 for him also. And for defeating this boss, I'll give them 50 XP each for this starting. Deberman's currently at 130 total. Graham is currently at 40 total. And they will find one more thing. Oops, that's going to be some potion. So potion for... Oh, I forgot I had Ring of Fire, which is a fireball missile attack per room, D6 damage. I forgot about that. Graham had that. Potion for Graham. So he's going to use the potion and attempt to heal. I'm going to say it's a 2d6 potion. That's a 3, so he's back. He's at 5, 6, 7. He's at 7. Okay. Now, after that defeat, we're going to attempt the chances of this door being locked. Let's roll for it. What is the chances of it being locked? This mid-range boss probably going to be 60% chance it's locked. So okay, it is locked. All right, that's for sure. So our thief is Beberman. He's going to attempt to pick well, he doesn't have any lock picks. It's locked, so he can't open it. I'm going to say Graham is going to try to break it down once again. Okay. Now, let's use the d6s here, and he has a strength +2 on the roll. Good. So that's 9, 10, 11. That does break the door down with no setback. So this door is broken through. And now we're in room 9. Just put these numbers nearby because these numbers are getting in the way if I'm drawing for combat. So this is room 9. Let's see what's in here. If we have an encounter of sorts, okay, use the Oracle dice. There is a special. Now the special is debatable. It can be, it's typically it's either encounter or there's no encounter at all. Difficulty ranges. I think the special is going to be a hostage situation. So let's make it interesting. There's no doors here, but there is going to be. So far, we've been dealing with bandits, which again, I understand that's not very original, but roll with it. Perhaps it can be another creature of sorts. Maybe it's a kobold. Let's say it's a kobold. So we have a hostage. Um, there is going to be 2 cages here, actual cages, not cells, of a family. So there's children, there's probably a mother here, they're held captive. And there's kobolds. Let's say there's a couple of them. Let's see how many there are. There's 4. Yikes. Okay. There's four kobolds. This is a special circumstance where we have, okay, so there's four of them. Let's see, how should I draw these out? There's one here. There's one here. We bust the door down. We didn't exactly put our ear against it to listen if there's anyone behind it, so they are surprised. There's four of them. So now, let's get some stats. Okay, let's continue our improvisation of combat for World Dungeons, but we have these four kobolds. They have as follows. They're D6 damage. They have armor of 2, and they all have HP of 6. So I'm going to roll. Deberman's going to first attack with a short bow. He's going to try to attack the first kobold. Let me get some names for these guys. So this is Cobalt 1, we have K2, K3, and K4. Okay, so let's roll. We're going to the first one with our dexterity +1. That's a nice roll, 11. So that's going to be a hit with the short bow of D6. Roll for damage. 5 minus 2, so looking at 3. We'll do this one here. Is that a 3? Okay, next is Graham. Graham will attack with, he'll run in with a short sword the closest kobold and use a short sword. So I'll just roll 3 dice at the same time. Oh, you know what? Because it's his first attack, I'll give him a bonus. +2 strength. So we take away the 3. We have a 9, 10, 11 with the +2 strength. That'll be the D8 +1. That's a 7. Minus 2 is 5. So Cobalt 4 is down to 1 now. And now they attack. So what I'm going to do here, I think this is a rule in Karen. You roll all their attacks and you choose the highest roll. So obviously I've been kind of tinkering with the combat rules here. I'm just trying to find some footing up with World of Dungeons. I love this one-page RPG, but there are no combat rules. I'm trying to find a house rule mechanic for future videos or just moving forward. But let's use the D6 for each. Luckily I have 46, so that does work. And we'll choose the highest roll. Okay. 5 is going to be the damage, and it's going to hit Deberman. So -1. If he has 4 armor, it's 1 damage. I think that's a good way to do it. I believe using a dice to decide which one it hits. Okay, now it's our turn. So we have a red jewel. Not sure what that will do. Yeah, I noticed we already have a helmet. So that was a miscalculation on my part. I have a helmet for Deberman. He has Ring of Protection, and that's it. Light armor +1. So let me pause the video just for a second. I'll review my characters. Okay, just kind of cleaned up their inventory, got that sorted out, but nothing's changed. Nothing's actually changed spec-wise. So we are going to roll for Deberman. He's going to use his short sword and attack whichever kobold he wants. So let's roll for +1 strength. That's a miss. Okay. Next we'll do Graham. +2 transfer his sword. That's also missed. Dang. Okay, now we're going to roll all d6s. And it looks like 6 is the highest, so 6 will be directed at Graham. -4, so that he takes 2 damage. He's down to 5 now. Okay. They're both at 5. Okay, now it's Deberman's turn. +1 strength on the attack. That's going to be a hit, plus that's 11. Still a standard hit. He will use his D8 +1 short sword. That's going to be 4. damage, -2. So we're looking at, let's lower this guy down to 4. And then it's going to be Graham's turn. Graham is going to use the same thing, +1 on the damage, d8. So I'm sorry, +2. So that's a 7, 8, 9, 10. So luckily, it's a standard d8 +1. Oh, 7. Nice. 7 -2 armor is 5. So that will go. Let's take out this kobold. See, he's been extinguished. Okay, now they're down to 3 kobolds. So we're looking at uh, 3 rolls. 3 is the highest, and so that will be at, I'll say, let's just roll d4. Okay, that'll be Deberman. So 3 damage. Well, luckily, his armor 4. That's a block. So now we're going back to attacking. So Deberman's going to roll with a short sword, +1 on his strength roll. Nice, that's a hit. And that'll be a d8 +1. That's 3 total. -1 armor, so we'll take out this guy. So he's been extinguished. Next is going to be Graham. So Graham will get short sword again, +2 in the bonus roll. 5, 6, 7. It's a partial, but it's half damage. I think I like the half damage compared to a counterattack because we're rolling. We're this is traditional. We're taking turns essentially for parties. So this is half damage of the d8 roll +1. So 4, so 2, which unfortunately 2 is negated by the armor, so no damage at all. So the remaining 2 kobolds attack, choosing the highest roll, 5. That's going to be directed at Deberman, and that's negated by 4 armor, so he takes 1 hit, 1 damage. Okay, so not that bad. Next is Deberman's turn. He's going to attack with his short sword as usual, +2. Sorry, +1. 5, that's a miss. 6 is a miss. Okay, Graham, +2 on the roll. 9, 10, 11. That's a d8 hit. Standard, armor considered. +1 on the d8. 5, -2, so it's 3. So he's going to take out Cobalt 1. So, morale check. Let's say I do morale checks on occasion, not all the time, if I remember. That is the that is not a guarantee. But let's do it just a D100. Let's say he's going to stay if he rolls within 40. He's going to try to escape. If he rolls over 40, he will stay. Underneath 40, sorry. Ooh, that's a 5. He definitely is not leaving, not going anywhere. So, he's going to attack. Just a straight D6 roll. 3, that's not going to be good for either of them. Both have armor of 4. Now it's our turn. The final Kobold. Okay, +1 strength for Deberman. That's obviously a fail. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's a fail. Next is Graham. He's going to use his short sword. +2 on this roll. That's going to be 5, 6, 7. That's a half damage of a d8 +1. 2, 1. Armor of 2. No good. Okay, back to the Kobold. He's rolling straight damage. 5. That's going to be 1 damage at, let's do Graham. Okay, so they're both at 4 now. It's our turn. So let's see here. Rolling, +1 strength. That's going to be a miss. Graham, +2 strength. That's a miss. Damage for the Cobalt. D6. 1. That's not going to be good enough for either of them. Okay, rolling for Deadman. Hopefully to finish him off. Short sword. That's going to be a hit. +1, so that's going to be 9. That's it, 9. It's half damage. A D8 +1. Oh, 3. Half damage. That's 1.5 is on off. He has armor. It's not going anywhere. Graham, +2 on this roll for her melee. That's, 4, 5, 6. Not good enough. The Cobalt gets a hit. 3. That's not going to be good enough. My gosh. Okay. Cobalt's getting impatient. He's going to try to bail. It does not go anywhere, so these three are dead. He tries to run this way to get back up, but we have a chance for a short bow. Let's see. We'll roll disadvantage because it is a surprise run, and Deberman had his short sword equipped, so I'm giving him a chance to shoot an arrow, but it's a disadvantage because he was not ready for it. So rolling two plus one at dexterity, but the lowest two rolls. Ooh, okay, so it's 4 and 5 plus one, so that's a 10. So it does hit. Good. Okay. So his short bow is a D6. Well, do we get it? His armor. Okay, he's dead. All right. So, well, no, I'm sorry. That's 4. So he's down to 2 now. So while he gets hit, he collapses and trips forward, but he still manages to escape and he runs this way. So this kobold did escape, but he is down to 2. And now our team is here, and they're going to attempt to free the families that are captured in these 2 cages. So Graham will look for a key on any of these bodies. It's a 75% chance that the keys are on one of these kobolds because there's 4 of them. So I will roll a D100. Does he find the key on any of these bodies? 25% chance. Hope. Okay, yes, he did. Okay, he found the keys. And he unlocks this cage here. They're freed. He unlocks this cage here. They're freed. They thank them for the help, and uh, the team tells them to run which way to go. I think here's what's going to happen. Deberman is going to sacrifice the map to give it to the family so they can get out. So it does help. He does help them out. So for killing the 3 kobolds, we get 10 per for each character. So 30 and then 30. For freeing the family, I'll give them 100 both. Okay. Now there's still the 4th kobold that bolted and ran out northeast. We're going to search the bodies really quick because we don't want that kobold to get too far. And did we find anything on the first kobold here? I'm going to say, did I still tell us? Uh, a chest, roll twice. Okay. So large loot. So 2 items. Ooh, 4 items. Wow, this kobold had a lot on him. Helmet, which we already have. A helmet. Uh, Potion. I'll take a potion. This is for Deberman. He found 2 potions. Okay. 3. A gem. A jewel of sorts. Maybe this can be a jewel of, let's call it, making this up as I go, jewel of illusion. We'll figure that out as we go. And then the last cobalt, how much does he have? Medium small loot, so he has 2 items. I'm sorry, Graham is looting this second cobalt. He has 2 items. Ooh, treasure. Okay, that's good. He has, let's say, 54 treasure, 54 gold pieces. So that gives us 64 total. And that's also 64 XP per treasure, 1 XP per treasure. Another item, a scroll. Interesting. He has a scroll of, let's get the Karen out. We use Karen for the magic rules here, for the magic. I'm gonna get the page for you guys here just so you can see it. All right. Okay. D100 for the scroll. 41. Icy touch. I know exactly what to do with that. Okay, so scroll of icy touch. Cool. And the final body, small loot, a medium loot, so 2 items. A magical item. Let's say this will go to Deberman. We'll give him a. It says a crystal ball, so maybe it is a key. I'm gonna say it's a quest item, so it's a key. I'll underline that, and then the next item. Oh, uh, let's re-roll. a gem, something of value. So perhaps it's a necklace, but he'll ignore that. Okay, so there you go. We looted, we freed. That's it for this room 9. In the next video, we will venture out this way and we have to roll if we spotted. Let's do awareness, which is the specialty of Deberman. So this will be just a flat roll, the two highest. So he did see where the kobold ran off to. This kobold still has 2 health wherever he is, and he saw him go to the right. So our team is just about here. Notes for myself as usual at the end of the episode. We're here, and we're about to go north and make a right because the Deberman saw the kobold escape, and we definitely got some good amount of XP, but not enough to get leveled up just yet. All right, that's it for the episode, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.